You think you're funny, don't you?
So today I wanted to take a moment to show some appreciation for some doll lines that I feel like are kind of being lost in all the noise between MJ and Mattel, and kind of explain why I believe that they deserve a lot more love than what they're getting. I chose these two doll lines because these are two that I feel like probably aren't going to be on store shelves this time next year, and there's a lot of aspects about both of these doll lines that I feel like are being taken for granted. I just feel like there's been a lot of doll lines over the past couple of decades that have came and went and died off a lot quicker than they really deserve to. Immediately what comes to my mind are Pinky Cooper, Wild Hearts Crew, Novi Stars. These doll lines had a lot of potential, and I just didn't want this to be another one that I didn't give a chance. Now, Twisty Girlz is a doll line that a lot of you might not even have heard of. I mean, they're not in the same aisle as all the MGA products or the Barbie products. They're kind of in the aisle adjacent to that with all the craft goods. And I guess that's because they're not really fashion dolls, but they're still dolls. And I saw them at Walmart the other day, and I fell in love with their aesthetic because it really reminds me of a doll line that I grew up with called Betty Spaghetti. I'm sure that everyone here has been around for at least one iteration of Betty Spaghetti because she's been rebooted twice now, but I grew up with the original late 90s, early 2000s Ohio Arts Betty Spaghetti. And something about all the glitter and the metallic beads and the animal print really reminds me of the late 90s, early 2000s Betty Spaghetti by Ohio Arts. I really think that the designers at Spin Master took some inspiration from Betty whenever designing these dolls. Now, Twisty Girlz is a doll line by Spin Master, where the gimmick is they're dolls that transform into a bracelet, which I think is a really, really cool gimmick, because I would have loved to have a doll that I could wear on my wrist and take with me wherever I wanted to go as a kid. The Twisty Girl that we're looking at today is named Lady Gold, and it looks like she's actually a super rare, which is really cool. I only picked her out because she was blonde and her hairstyle reminded me the most of the original Betty Spaghetti. And it looks like there's also a surprise element for her pets. They also make Twisty pets too, so I can't wait to see which one we get. Lady Gold is from the second series of Twisty Girlz, and it looks like there's 8 characters to get this time. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and start off by opening the mystery pet that she comes with. It comes in this really cute cardboard carrying case. So we got this adorable gold kitty cat that works with her whole aesthetic. And I don't really know if the cat has any sort of name. I tried to check the checklist and I didn't see it on there anywhere. And it looks like they might be able to plug into the Twisty Girl, so that's cool. So here's Twisty Girl's Lady Gold straight out of her packaging. You can see that she has this leash that I guess you just clamp the animal onto, so the animal doesn't really plug into anything, it just hooks onto this jewelry clasp. She is made entirely of beads except for her hair, which is this really thin braided thread. I really like that they made her hair this thread instead of just making it more beads, because I think that it adds a lot more texture and appeal to the overall design. And I love the eye screening on these dolls. It kind of gives me like a 90s anime feel, and you can see that her skin sort of has a glitter infused into it, so it's really shimmery. I love that. As far as her outfit goes, even though it's made entirely out of beads, I feel like there's been a lot of smart creative decisions made to make sure that the outfit reads really well. So how I'm interpreting this is that she's wearing these 2 gold bows on her hair. She's got this gold choker around her neck, though I guess this could be the collar of the shirt. And she's also wearing this short sleeve gold glitter shirt that I guess could be a leotard since they chose to use a matching yellow bead under it. She's got these clear yellow bracelets on each wrist, and she also has a skirt that's on an elastic, so I guess you could remove it if you really wanted to. It's made out of these really tiny beads, and it's got a lot of movement. I really like this skirt. And it looks to me like she's wearing these black animal print leggings, but I guess you could interpret those as pants if you wanted to, and she has these really awesome metallic gold shoes. I just tried to attach the cat to the leash and made a huge mistake. I'm really worried that once I transform her into a bracelet, I'm not going to have the patience to turn her back into a doll. I really want to do a quick size comparison with Barbie, so I suppose you could use her for BDSM if you're into that. Speaking of BDSM, I'm going to twist this girl up to the point where she can't move anymore and attempt to turn her into a bracelet on camera. Let's see. Oh, so I guess this is how it's supposed to go. I was wondering what that hole on the top of her head was for, but it looks like her bottom half just sort of snaps into it to complete the bracelet. Well, I guess I'll just wear this for the duration of the video. Let's move on to the second doll, which is FailFix. It's pretty arty. So FailFix is a doll line by Moose Toys, who you might know from Shopkins or the Shoppies dolls. Anybody else notice that Shopkins are kind of dead now? No? Just me? I love these illustrations that they have on the back of the box. I think that this artwork is really pretty. Garrett Sanders, who you might know as the creator of Monster High, now works for Moose Toys, and I know that he created the Capsule Chicks line for them that is now sadly discontinued. I'm not sure how much involvement he had with the FailFix line, but I'm definitely getting some Monster High vibes from these illustrations. This doll line has almost everything that I like to see in a modern fashion doll line. They have different face sculpts, they have different body types, they have articulation, they have different skin colors, so the diversity is definitely there. They also have a really relevant theme. Beauty influencers are very prevalent in modern society and internet culture, and a lot of people learn how to do their makeup just from watching people online. But I feel like where this doll line falls short is the presentation, because I mean, I understand why they are displayed in box like this, but the average consumer, like a parent walking past this doll, is going to be like, ugh, I'm not gonna buy my kid that ugly doll. And they say that without hesitation because they don't take the time to look and understand that the whole gimmick of the doll is to make it over. I completely understand why they're displayed in box like this, but I think what would have been smarter is if they did like sort of an LOL OMG thing where they just had it just be a shadow box with the illustration on the front, because this is a really pretty illustration, and that would have made it so much better for display. That would have made it a lot more attractive for customers in stores, because this does not look attractive, and I feel like the average person just doesn't take the time to understand that. That, or they just don't have the patience to help their kids fix these dolls straight out of the box. I mean, I know that I don't want to have to feel like I have to fix my doll as soon as I open her. I say that as I rip the heads off of all my Barbies and put them on Made to Move bodies. So I feel like the presentation is really killing this doll line, which is so sad because, like I said, there's a lot of really good aspects about them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be taking a look at them today. So here's FailFix's pretty arty straight out of her packaging. This is after the fact, after the gimmick is over and done with. I wanted to show you all her at her best because I think that these dolls are really adorable. Of course, after you make them over, the ugly face just snaps on and off, so this is really what you're left with. I picked Pretty Arty because she's an artist, and I'm also an artist, so I relate a lot to her, and there's not really a second wave of FailFix as of yet. I'm not sure if there's going to be one, but Pretty Arty was for some reason released after the rest of the first wave, so I guess she could count as the second wave by herself. I'm gonna take this sun hat that she comes with off because it keeps coming to try to fall off of her. I will trade them out for these sunglasses that she comes with. I think they look a lot cuter anyway. I just kind of brushed her hair out with the brush that they do provide, but if you want to make her hair look like it does in the artwork, you really need to wash it. This is not the best quality hair, but it's not the worst either. I've definitely seen worse on Barbie specifically. But she also comes with a stand of her own, which is a really cool addition. I really love the design of the clothes that these dolls come with, even though they feel like a printed piece of paper. And they actually fit Stacy, just in case you all were wondering. So that's really cool. I love finding out a specific doll line's clothes fit other doll lines, though you can't ignore the controversy behind this specific design. It's okay to take inspiration, but not copy it that directly. The dolls from this collection have such sweet faces. I don't usually go for dolls that have inset eyes, though I don't usually go for dolls other than Barbie, but I will make an exception for them. As far as articulation goes, they have rotation at the shoulder, at the elbow, at the wrist, with removable hands by the way, and also at the hip and the knee. And their head rotates side to side, doesn't look up and down all that well, but a little bit, kind of. So yeah, there's a lot of positives about this doll line, and I hate that they're not doing better, but there's a lot of competition out there. And with the second wave of Barbie Extra having Made to Move bodies, I can't see myself spending money on any more FailFix dolls. Sorry.
Thank you all so much for joining me today for this mental breakdown disguised as a doll review channel. Let me know what are some doll lines that you think died off sooner than they really deserved to. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.